We are back with our friend Andy from DonorSearch talking about Giving Tuesday and so much more. So, Andy, why don't you just tell us first, what do you do at DonorSearch for those people?
Yeah. Thank you for having me. So I'm the Director of Strategic Partnerships. So I get to work with all of DonorSearch's lovely partners. A lot of that is both on the technology side and the fundraising consulting side. So I get to work in developing products and solutions and kind of collaborating with some of the best in the industry, which has honestly been kind of a dream job to this point.
And there's a lot of partners in there and a lot of these special kind of new relationships. Can you just tell us about the volume of that, or maybe a special relationship or two?
Yeah, absolutely. Our team works with about 150 different partners within the industry, again, both on the service side and the technology vendor side. On the service side, a lot of times it's mostly collaborating to, help them with their campaign plannings, with their, just overall development audits and board trainings and things like that. With the technology side, typically it involves some type of integrated product, building some type of automated integrated solution that lives inside of a CRM. And this year, that's been kind of our big focus. So we've built integrations with the Microsoft platform, with the Blackbaud platforms, with Lucian. We've updated and upgraded our Salesforce integration, our Testatura integration. We've probably are up to about 30 to 32 different CRM platforms that we have a current integration with. And we've got about 6 or 7 more on the project table as we speak. So a lot of work being done there.
Yeah. Well, great. Thanks for sharing. And again, we're happy to have you. And as you know, we're talking today about Giving Tuesday and also taking a look back on the year of 2020. So this year, in looking at Giving Tuesday, what nonprofit organization are you connecting to or giving back to this year?
Sure. Yeah. So this year for Giving Tuesday, I'm going to be giving to the Mid-Atlantic region of the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. Usually, I'm a little weary of giving to large organizations, but I really think the regional support group and education groups that they have been very, very strong, and I'm excited to be supporting them. My father was diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma probably about 10, 11 years ago. And after a couple rounds of chemotherapy, he's been cancer-free for the last handful of years. So everything's been going really well. And, for people like me who suddenly get met with a family member getting a diagnosis and you have no idea what's going on, I think the education and the support and kind of understanding the process was a big part for not just me, but my whole family, my mom and my brother and my sister. So, yeah, that's a place that I've been giving to in the past, and I think that's one that I'm really proud of for Giving Tuesday.
So I know you are looking at the whole landscape of giving because of all the work you do. You've also had these major things in your life, which I'm sure you're very grateful for. It sure sounds like it. Yeah, you have your family. What are you particularly grateful for in 2020?
Yeah, I think on a professional level, I think I'm really grateful for some of the communities that we have in these professional associations. Now they've kind of stepped up to the game and given free educational content where they used to charge for it, where they've been support groups for folks that have been laid off. I think the sort of community response within our world has been somewhat admirable. And I think that a lot of these professional organizations, AFP, AASP, APRA, all these groups are really kind of putting a good foot forward. And I think that's something that's a real positive that's come out of this. Personally, this year is something that I think, unlike most people, I've been very grateful for. And you touched on it earlier. It's with my daughter and my wife. And I have the type of job where normally I travel a bunch and I don't always know where I'm going next month. And I live out of a suitcase sometimes. But this year with no travel, I've spent the entire time with my now 15-month-old daughter. So I didn't have to worry about being there for first steps or first words, or, I didn't have any, there was no fear that I was going to be missing out on that part of my daughter's life. And I've gotten to share those moments with my family. I get to see her every day. We have daycare coming here to the house, and my wife and I are obviously working from home, but, I'm really grateful for the time that I've gotten to have. The fact that I haven't had to travel so much has actually been a very, very pleasant thing. And though I missed, going out to see all the sites and places, and I think we all do in a little way, that this year, the amount of time that I've gotten to spend with them is irreplaceable and has been absolutely perfect.
Awesome. Well, that's so good to hear. And Andy, it's always great talking to you. Enjoy working with you just as a colleague as well. So thank you so much for joining us and hopping on and telling us a little bit about your story. And yeah, again, thank you. We really
Happy
appreciate
to be
it.
here. Happy to be here. Thank you for having me, and glad to see everybody supporting Giving Tuesday.